Hey there, welcome to another video on this set. It's gonna be a kind of meme, you'll just wait for it. But this is the Iron Monger Mayhem, an Iron Man 1 set. Yes, finally. It took only like, what, 14 years? 13 years? But this is gonna be the second of 3 videos based on this set, because it's the only one I care about buying of this year, the Marvel sets. And it's a newer one. It's coming out on August 1st, I think. Pretty sure. It's 40 bucks. It's, Iron Man set. And it's a long-awaited one for me, because I've been just waiting for a set on the first movie. Because LEGO tends to not make sets based on the early Marvel movies, especially not MCU movies, which is kind of sad. Like, we did have Spider-Man sets from the Tobey Maguire movies, but those are like way expensive, and that's not fun. So they did make sets based on my favorite version of Spider-Man, but it's just too much money. So that's lame. Hopefully they'll come to their senses and remake another set based on those movies, or maybe not, who knows. But anyway, I'm going to be talking about the build of the set in this video, so just the Iron Monger itself. So here's the box. No one cares because we've seen it 100 times at this point. Here's the actual set. It looks pretty great. I just wish it wasn't so big. Like, the Iron Monger in the first Iron Man is not that big. Like, it's like, I don't know how to describe it. It's almost like a Hulk version of Iron Man, but not, it's hard to explain. If you haven't seen the movie, then it's really hard to explain. The first Iron Man came out in 2008. It started the MCU, and that's why this is so important, because this is the first movie in the series. So, regardless of what you think of the movie, good or bad, just be grateful at least we have a set now. And it took them a long time. So this is the kind of set I've actually been waiting for. Like, it's one of the ones I actually care about. So it's the Iron Monger. If you didn't know in the movie, Obadiah Stane, he's one of the most famous Iron Man villains, and he's played by Jeff Bridges in the film. And spoiler alert, well, okay, never mind, I'm not spoiling anything. He pilots this big, bulking, hulking tank of a suit, and it's based on the first design that Tony made in the beginning of the film, the Mark I. I think it's the same headpiece, the same helmet. It looks exactly the same. And this is based on that suit and the fight during the final battle. And it just looks ridiculously too big. Like, I know there's more detail, but maybe I would have sacrificed the detail for a better scale. Because the Iron Monger just towers over Tony. I mean, look at Iron Man. He's just like a baby compared to this thing. It's not realistic, the scale. But if you ignore that, I think it's great. Like, Iron Man looks fantastic, but we're not talking about him. The Iron Monger just looks really great. I do have a couple issues with it. Like, besides the size, I think it should definitely be smaller. Like, it definitely should be like, I don't know, twice the smaller size. It's just too big. Just looks way too big. Anyway, the two problems I have is the head area. They're both with the head. The head cannot turn. That's kind of lame. I mean, it's a mech. You want to turn the head, but you can't, which is kind of lame. For a $40 set, you think you would be able to turn the head, but you can't. Which, that's dumb. Especially for me, because I'm such a big fan of this movie. In fact, it's my favorite MCU movie. still. And it's kind of lame that you can't turn the head. But my only other complaint is the fact that you can see through the cockpit, which is really stupid. Like, they should have made it so you can't see that. Because you can see the inside of the cockpit. Like, that's so unprofessional. Like, maybe they tried to do that. I don't know. It just looks really unprofessional. Like, you would expect Lego is expensive, yeah, but you're paying for the quality and the, you know, the look of it and the design. But in this case, I think they kind of missed a little bit with the design. It should be more closed off. Like, the helmet part, it just open. I don't like that. But anyway, before I get too angry about that, the stickers are pretty good. They add some detail. Apparently this piece glows in the dark, which is cool. Like in the movie, you remember when Pepper's in front of the, when she's in the darkness in the room? If you remember the scene where Obadiah opens the Iron Monger, like he powers the suit, and you see the arc reactor, then you see the eyes glow in the dark. I think that's what they were going for, which is great. So I really like the look of this thing. I think at some angles it looks really whack. Like on the side of the box or on the back of the box, this looks weird. I don't know about this. It just looks weird. Like it doesn't. Something's off. Like I think it's this part, the body armor. Again, it should be coming above the head. Like there should be more armor around the head. But okay. They skipped that apparently. So I'm just happy we're finally getting a set based on the first movie. Finally, like, jeez. How long does it take? 50 years? I love the minifigures. We're not talking about them, but I just love that. I think I'll probably say more of this in the other video with the figures. But I think we could have got Rhodey, Terrence Howard. That would have been better. But oh well. See, the Iron Monger is just way too big. It just should be small or just, I don't know. I don't like that red piece. That's lame. I don't know why that's red, but okay. I like this. I like this. See, I like this image of it. This is how it looks in real life. So you can see Iron Man again is so tiny. He's poor Iron Man. He's not having a good day. Pepper's getting stolen. Obadiah has this massive friggin' suit. Yeah, it's gonna be tough for old Shellhead to deal with this villain. Again, I don't know why they put why did they put a brown piece in here? That looks stupid. There's some issues with this, okay? I have some issues, but overall, am I buying it? Absolutely, of course. Because the first Iron Man is my favorite MCU Marvel movie, so I have to buy this. I have an obligation. It is $40. I think it's pretty worth it. I mean, again, it just should be smaller. Then it would be cheaper. Then it would be, I don't know, a little bit better. But again, I just like the fact, if we can get a set based on this movie, we can get a set based on the Sam Raimi Spider-Man, okay? And we can get a Deadpool set. If it were up to me, I would have, like, I don't know, two Deadpool sets out. Like, 2 sets based on the first Spider-Man, 2 on the second movie. I don't know, I wish Lego would care about the older Marvel movies. Whatever. At least they're making a set on the Iron Man 1. Let's just be grateful for that. So yeah, I think this is pretty worth it. It looks pretty big. I think it'll be worth the price tag. I probably will even pay $40 for it just because I'm such a big fan of this particular movie. I've seen it like 20 times, I'm not even kidding. It literally is my childhood. I used to have the Iron Monger action figure. This reminds me so much of that old figure I used to have. That's why it means the set is like the only one I care about. Um, it's the only good one, in my opinion, other than the Ghost Rider set. Other than that one as well. Also, I think what I'm gonna do, since the Iron Monger is so big in this set, I think it would be a good investment to get the $10 Iron Man mech, because then it will be able, like, it'll make Iron Man like actually have a suit that he can take on the Iron Monger. Like, it'll actually be a fair fight, because then Iron Man's not a pipsqueak going up against this hulking brute. I just think it would be better if you've seen that $10 Iron Man mech set. Um, you probably have it. It's pretty cheap. Um, it's pretty awesome. It comes with a great Iron Man figure. It'll probably be worth it just to have that set and this one like fighting. I think it'll be just a better display. I think it'll be probably justify this set's bigness a bit more. So that's my plan on that. Um, I think if I get this and that, it probably will be worth it. Like 50 for the Iron Man mech, and the Ironmonger. I think that would be a pretty good value actually. So yeah, do I hope they make more, older Marvel movie sets? Absolutely. If they go, even if they make more, like if they make sets based on the not MCU Marvel movies, I think that would be even better. Because, yeah, I mean, they could do that. I know they probably won't because the MCU is, everyone loves it, and not everyone loves the pre MCU Marvel movies. But, I mean, it's worth a shot, at least. So, yeah, I love this. Again, is it too big? Yeah, it's way too big. But at least it has the details, and at least it looks pretty good, for the most part. So yeah, I'm most excited about the Iron Man figure because this is my favorite this is my favorite suit. Because again, nostalgia, and childhood has something to do with that. But yeah, that's my thoughts on the Iron Man or the Iron Monger. Sorry, not the same thing. So I mean, technically they are the same thing because it's the same kind of suit, but it's different. I mean, I don't know. I don't know where I was going with that. But yeah, what do you guys think of this Iron Monger Mayhem? I think it's pretty worth it. It looks pretty dang awesome. I definitely plan to buy it. And the Iron Man mech. I think I'm going to do like a short analysis of that small set. So that'll be kind of fun. But what do you think? I know some people don't like it, but that's fine because it's opinions. So that's a thing. Um, so I hope to see you in the next one, which we'll talk about the minifigures, which I'm really excited to talk about that. So stay tuned for that. That's going to be fun. And I will see you then. Take care. Have a great day.